Hey, good afternoon, all my crypto trading people, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever on this earth you exist. I welcome you to the Studamus Trades Show. We're going to do a quick weekly roundup here. Of course, we're going to be talking about all the normal things that I like to talk about. Bitcoin, the dollar, the VIX, oil, and our markets. But really, I want to spend some of my time looking into the altcoin space, and we'll go over a few of my favorite picks, as well as what I'm really looking for in terms of good setup in the altcoin world. All right, FTX now trades stocks, FTX.us. So in the future, I will probably be adding a few stock trades to my videos in addition to crypto. Now, FTX US doesn't trade everything. It's basically just, the major stocks, but Tesla's there and some of the other fun ones we like to trade. So I'll probably throw in a few of those stock trades in the future once I get my money over there. For now, I'm on KuCoin, and I've got a few trade entries, so I'd like to close those out, etc., etc. All right, and then this week Solana was hacked. I guess again, maybe that shouldn't say again. Just Solana just continues to have issues, whether it be with their network, this time having a distributed denial of service attack and 8,000 wallets stolen. So this is another thing that is happening in the crypto space with nascent and new technology. Trading this stuff is not for the faint of heart. We're already in a bear market, and to have stuff like this happen is not only suspicious, because, well, I won't get into that, but it's also, it just doesn't bode well for the crypto community, all right? So it's going to be, rather difficult to break out of any type of slump when you have news like this occurring. Solana is one of the biggest altcoins out there, and a favorite of many people. However, news like this is not something that we like to hear. Anybody likes to hear if you're trading crypto. All right, and then I was going to add a TradingView video changes. I'm going to leave it like it is right now, but I'm considering taking my face off of the TradingView videos only because I don't think a lot of people are watching my videos, because by the time it gets there, this video looks like it'll be okay. But like last week's video, and I apologize, even the YouTube video was a little bit choppy and poor quality. Generally, the YouTube video tends to be higher quality because I'm recording that, whereas on TradingView, I've got it set up a funky way, really a geeky way to set it up. But I've got TradingView Recording M Player, which is a virtual camera of my OBS system. Not that any of you care about what I just said. Anyways, we are going to start off here with the dollar as usual. So let's just jump right into the charts and get going on this video. This is Bitcoin. Of course, you can see a channel there, but I'm going to get to that in a bit. 20 minutes on these videos puts me short. You can remember from the last video, if you watched it, I know not many of you did, and probably because of the quality of that video. Also, people are just kind of tired of crypto right now. That's totally understandable. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bull flags here. And if you remember, I drew this last descending triangle and said it was a possibility that we could break to the upside of this and form this M pattern, which I had drawn in the last video last week. Now, last week we were still in that triangle, and I did not know we would break to the upside, but probabilities suggest on these descending wedges that you will. And sure enough, the dollar has broken to the top side, and it looks like we might go back up and test that 106 to 109 mark, maybe forming a double top here, and it's possible we go higher. I mean, it doesn't have to be a double top. It's just kind of what I'm seeing in the cards. All right, and then I like to pair this along with the VIX, our two predominant indicators for the market. And look what the VIX is doing. All right, so we have remained inside of this channel. And if you'll remember last week, we were, right here. And I said, we'll probably come back down, touch this support, then bounce. And look at what we did. We hit that support and we bounced. Then we hit our heads on that 200-day moving average, which I suggested would act as resistance. It did, and now we came back down, and it looks like the market tried to break through that support today but was not strong enough. All right, in other words, fear has not crossed this threshold, which would be a very positive sign if it did. It broke through and closed just below, but it's a bit of an indecisive candle. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we went back up candle two next week. Now, breaking to the top side of this channel would not be good for the markets. So I would prefer that if we are going to go up, we hit our heads on the top of this channel and come back down, and hopefully that's strong enough to squeeze us below this support here. That would be a very positive sign. We've remained above this level of support for over 6 months now, and actually since October, so 10 months. And we've hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, and then 5 up here 5 times. And for the first time we have, well, we broke below just a little bit here in November, but we have closed the candle below. That's a very positive sign, guys. So I'm watching that VIX closely. That remains our predominant indicator. All right, what else did I want to cover? Oil is coming down, and that's a good sign for the economy. All right, so let me get rid of this guy here. We remain in this channel in oil, and we have been in this channel really since 2020. All right, this is one channel that we have remained inside for over 2, almost 3 years now. And now we did break above that very quickly here, and oil is coming down in price, which is a good thing. And as I predicted, broke below this purple trend line here, and now we're coming to the bottom of our channel. So what will oil do? Now if it goes back up again, not good for the markets. If it breaks this channel to the downside, very good for the markets. That is why I'm watching oil closely. All right, and I had here, let's just take a look at the SPY S&P. All right, we had this head and shoulders pattern. Target down here was way down here, didn't quite reach that. All right, and the channel was taking us down, and guess what, guys? We remember I pointed out this area of confluence here, strong resistance along with the top side of our channel and the 50-day, and we broke through all of that stuff and actually back above our neckline on the head and shoulders pattern, meaning we probably will not go to that target on the head and shoulders pattern. Not only do we break above that neckline, we broke above the 100-day moving average and closed above it. All right, so the bulls are out in full force in our market. And of course, this same idea can be trajected across the different indexes, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and QQQ, all of them. All right, so now let's talk quickly about Bitcoin, and then we'll traverse through some of my altcoins here. Bitcoin has remained in this up ascending channel here. Now this could be a big old bear flag. I'm hoping it's not, but you can see we've remained inside of this descending triangle since we started to fall in November of last year. All right. And so it is possible, guys, that we have one more maybe movement. Well, let's say we come back down, kiss our 50-day moving average, which is starting to curve up nicely, and that's a good sign. But let's say we head back up to the top of our channel, which looks like it is going to intersect with the 100-day moving average. Let's say we beat the 100-day moving average. We still have the top of this descending wedge, which will act as resistance. For sure, for sure, for sure. So it is possible that we head back up here and then we have one more capitulation or flush out in our market here, bringing us to the bottom of this wedge around 16,000. All right. It is possible that we even break to the bottom side of this descending wedge. That doesn't happen often, but sometimes it can, depending upon the event. Remember, crypto markets like to have a big event that creates maximum capitulation. We haven't necessarily had that yet. I wouldn't count Luna in on that. Luna was a big event, and it started a lot of this, but I don't think it was the event, like the big event that takes crypto down 80-85%, which often happens. All right, so just keep your eye on that and be wary. You've got to have this wedge drawn on your charts. You've got to watch this closely, along with this channel. This channel is important as well. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, you can see that again we broke to the downside of this neckline and the downside of this descending trend line. All right. Not only that we've come way down in Bitcoin dominance. This should be a good sign for altcoins. We'll see if it will be. All right, but Bitcoin dominance is way down here in oversold territory on the RSI. This should give alts a little chance to breathe. Now, if Bitcoin does go up, remember our chart here. All right, let's see where the top of this triangle is. All right, around 26,000. All right, so on the CMA futures chart, we have a big gap right around that area. Now we have to fill up to 28,860. Then you have a gap above that at 36,000. At that point, if we went that high, of course, we would break to the top side of this descending wedge, and that would be very bullish. All right, you could look to continue that momentum at that point. We'll reassess if and when that happens. All right, now on to my next trade list here, and I can share this with you with the remaining few minutes here. I just wanted to traverse through this and show you what I'm looking at. Of course, SHIB is one of those trades that I'm in. If you're a subscriber at my site, you will know that. You will know my targets, and I'm not hiding that from anybody. It's open and available to everybody at this point until I catch back up and we're on a winning streak again. Then I will unpause the subscriptions and we'll be back in business. But for now, everybody gets these free trade alerts. And SHIB is one of those that I entered way back over here, and it has gained a little profit. We're fighting with that 100-day moving average here. Final target is 1672, and it is pulling that 50-day moving average up. That is one of the indicators I am looking for. All right, let's just move through here real quick, and maybe I can give you a few trade alerts. Look at BICO here, inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we have closed above that neckline, fighting with that 100-day moving average. Watch this closely, guys. If we have a candle that opens and closes above that 100-day moving average, you can safely say that BICO is on its way. I have a target here of around 87 cents on this one. And that 50-day moving average is slowly curving up. I just don't like where the RSI is at this point. A little It's getting into nearing overbought territory, but it still could pop, still could go to that 87 cents. Gods is another trade I'm in, has just broken to the top side of this descending wedge. You'll know my target there. I'm going to flow through some of these pretty quickly because we only have 4.5 minutes, and I want to show you the key ingredients here. Are right along with that 50-day moving average starting to curve up. I like to have a nice setup, such as here on Dogecoin. I'm not in this trade, but I could be, and maybe I will enter it because we have broken to the upside of that inverse head and shoulders pattern. 50-day moving average is curving up, and I like where the RSI is, quite frankly. It's right down there in medium, like right in the middle there, around close to 50, a little higher than 50, but close to 50. I like where that is too. All right, so Doji looks fairly attractive. All right, UMA, look at the RSI trend line there, and UMA could pop. The 50-day is not quite giving us a smile yet, so just watching that one. EOS, I'm in, starting to smile. The 50-day is starting to smile there on us, and we have a target way up there above the 200-day moving average. Of course, it could go a lot further, but I'm not going to hold any of these positions. We are traders, so I will trade out at the various targets along the way. And if you are a subscriber, you will know when I trade out, as always. All right, so I'm going to cruise through here. Ape is very strong. Look at Ape in this channel. We're at the top side of that channel. However, Ape, look at that 50-day moving average, really curving up nicely there. And we have defeated the 100-day moving average and a good level of resistance. So now we can use those as support. I just don't like where the RSI is. It's getting into overbought territory. All right, OXT, GRT. Just got to keep moving along here, guys, until now Solana is quite interesting. Despite the hack, the 50-day moving average is moving up and has broken to the top side of at least one descending triangle. I have another resistance line just above that. Some people draw it differently, and so we haven't broken to the top side of that second one, but RSI is in, Solana, honestly, from a technical perspective, looks good. I would just want to wait for it to break above this next trend line here before I entered. And I may do that, despite the hack. All right, I want to jump down because I only have 2 minutes left to some of my favorite setups right now. One of those is AAVE. Look at this long descending trending descending wedge. All right, and additionally has broken to the top side of that and closed and is above the 50-day and 100-day moving average. This is what I was waiting for, guys. You should get a trade alert soon on this one because I may be trading that. Now, sometimes I like to wait till it goes up. Like in this case, it may hit the 200-day moving average, come back down and kiss the top of our descending wedge, and at that point I would have a better trade. So I may wait for that, but this is definitely on my list as one of the top trades. Storage is another one. Nice triangle here, fighting with the 100-day moving average, watching for it to the break to the upside of that. And then we have XRP, inverse head and shoulders pattern in a channel here, broken to the top side of that 50-day moving average. Is starting to smile, and the RSI is nice, in a nice position. All right, that is all the time I have for this 20-minute video, so let's jump to our concluding thoughts here. All right, of course, along with further confirmation from the broader markets, along with Bitcoin, keep an eye on that 50-day when you trade these alts. All right, ensure it is pointed up, preferably crossing that 100-day moving average with a nice setup, as some of those that I've pointed out do have, and that the RSI is in a reasonable level. We're definitely not out of the woods yet, not by any means, but I do believe that we have some opportunity in the altcoin world over the next few weeks. All right, so trade carefully, trade safely, but enjoy a little bit of a relief here, guys. All right, until the next video, best to you all and peace.